Evening and welcome to He Sees Us All YouTube channel, and in tonight's video I'm going to be talking about something slightly different than my other videos. It's different partially because I'm personally involved in the topic of tonight's video. I'm going to be talking about skin rashes and how far across the U.S. they're truly spread. I wonder if people in California are being led to believe that it's just something that's happening over there because of the fires, when in reality I live all the way over in Connecticut, and I personally have been having this problem for a minimum of a year, but I'd like to say a year and a half for sure. I've seen doctors about my problem with the rashes, and when I get there, I tell him my story, and he tells me, can I see it? And I say to him, I don't have it anywhere right now. It usually happens in the evening. He looks at me like I'm crazy, and he sends me off on my merry way. I get these rashes on a daily basis. It's usually in the evening, around dinner time. Hence why I thought it was a food allergy. I get that rashes on my neck, on my back, on my arms, on my legs. It's not everywhere all at once. It'll be in one place or another. And when I get it, it will get so itchy that I just want to rip my hair out because nothing will satisfy the itch. Like it's scratch and scratch and scratch and scratch, and it just won't go away. And then I welt up, and it's not little bumps. These don't even really accurately describe sometimes what it looks like. I get these long welts where I scratched. I thought it was a food allergy, so for the better part of 8 months, I started taking things out of my diet. I stopped eating fried foods. It wasn't that. I stopped drinking dairy. It wasn't that. I stopped doing poultry. It wasn't that. Stopped having red meat. It wasn't that. I went through everything that I was physically putting into my mouth and eating, and I stopped it to just find out that I was still getting the rash, that it couldn't have been those things. So then I started to think, maybe it was what they're spraying us with in the sky. You know, they're spraying us with so many different chemicals on a daily basis that maybe I'm allergic to something in the chemicals. So I started to make some phone calls to find out if I wasn't the only one that was having these skin rashes. I found a couple of people that were also having rashes, my mom being one of them, who lived in Maine, 3 states away, a 6.5-hour drive, and she described her rashes as the exact same problem that I was having. Then I came across this article, did California fires bring on a cluster of rashes? And I was like, that's it, finally, it's not just me. This is coast to coast, or there are people all across the nation are having these skin rashes, and we're all having allergic reactions to chemtrails. That's what I was thinking. That was originally my first thought. Like, that's it. Stop the spraying now because everybody's having an allergic reaction. I was jumping up and down for joy. I wish I could somehow scream out to California, hey, I'm having these rashes in Connecticut too. It's not the fires. Other YouTubers suggest that the California fires themselves were started by direct energy weapons. Some people who live in California have eyewitness testimony of seeing these beams, and then boom, there was a fire. That's a whole nother subject matter in its own. I don't have enough time in this video to really get into that. Plaintruth.info makes absolutely great videos about the direct energy weapons if you'd like to check his channel out. The news article on this just sounded absolutely ridiculous. This woman said she got this bizarre rash. She posted it on Facebook. She got overwhelming number of responses, and that's why, they had to come out and say something about it. She said she knew it couldn't have been something she ate. She hadn't eaten in hours. All of a sudden, I started to burning, feeling like I was itching. My throat was starting to close. I felt like I couldn't breathe. That's how I feel when I get that itchy, because I have a panic attack because of how bad the itching is. So they're trying to say that the poison oak that got burnt up in the fires traveled through the air, and that's what's causing all these people to have these rashes. I'd like to call shenanigans on that. That's crap. Why me in Connecticut and my mother in Maine? Why are we getting these rashes all the way over here? We don't have those wildfires over here. And these are no minor rashes, mind you. These are pretty horrible welts that I get and I get them right on my back, right in this area. And this is exactly what it looks like. It's terrible. It's this isn't from the wildfires. I just want people in California to know this. I hope this video makes its way out there. And please, if you happen to live in California and you happen to be watching this video and you happen to be getting skin rashes, please comment below and tell me about your experience. You can email me at heseesitall@gmail.com. I would love to gain a collection of pictures and just put together a whole portfolio of these skin rashes and where people are from, because I do think this is coast to coast. I think this could be a side effect of the 5G technology. 5G is known to cause skin irritations. It's known to cause rapid aging because it excuse me, I stuttered there. It causes rapid cell deterioration. It can cause heart palpitations. 5G is literally microwaves, so it's going to be cooking us from the inside out. These cell towers are basically going to be old technology and be obsolete. We're not going to need these things anymore because 5G boxes are boxes. They can fit on light posts and lamp posts and basically on the power lines that we already have up. We don't really need the cell towers anymore. So it makes you wonder why they went around disguising a bunch of cell towers as trees over the past few years. Is it because these towers aren't actually for cell phones? These towers are used for other things? Like possibly as a form of a direct energy weapon, not the same thing that started the fires, but as a form of, electromagnetic frequency harassments and, targeted individuals who are being harassed, or possibly a form of mind control with the different wavelengths that are being sent through these towers. Because again, they're going to be obsolete with the 5G. Why did we disguise some of them as trees? Is it because these ones aren't going to be coming down ever? These rashes could be a result of a combination of many things, but in me, I know it's not a food allergy. I know I don't live in California, so it's not from the California fires. I have been having this rash off and on, and it's mostly in the evening time for over about a year, and there's just nothing that I can relate this to except for the chemtrails, because they've been really... I can't even relate it to that, because I can't say I know 100% that it's the chemtrails. I just know 100%. I've been getting this rash off and on for a year and a half. Anyway, I'd like to read you a little excerpt from Revelation chapter 9. Then the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fallen from heaven to earth. To him was given the key to the bottomless pit, and he opened the bottomless pit, and smoke arose out of the pit like the smoke of a great furnace. So the sun and the air were darkened because of the smoke of the pit. Then out of the smoke locusts came upon the earth, and to them was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power. They were commanded not to harm the grass of the earth or any green thing or any tree, but only those men who do not have the seal of God on their foreheads. And they were not given authority to kill them, but to torment them for 5 months. Their torment was that of like the torment of a scorpion when it strikes man. In those days men will seek death and will not find it. They will desire to die, and death will flee from them. Transhumanism, maybe? The shape of the locust was like horses prepared for battle. On their heads were crowns of something like gold, and their faces were like faces of men. They had hair like women's hair, and their teeth were like lions' teeth. And they had breastplates like breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was like the sound of chariots with many horses running into battle. They had tails like scorpions, and there were stings in their tails. Their power was to hurt men 5 months. And they had a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon, but in Greek his name is Apollyon. One woe is past. Behold, two more woes are coming after this. Our attachment to our cell phones and tablets and computers and just the very non-physical but very, very real world of the internet, I think, is going to be our lead to slaughter, honestly. God told us that in the end days that we would see signs and wonders in the sky. Basically, that we would be seeing these miraculous things in the sky when the end time was near. And I look up in the sky all the time, and I personally have seen the rings around the sun. You see these weird... The sky just doesn't look right anymore. It never looks right. We see all these things now. This time is now. It's becoming a common occurrence to see odd things in the sky. And, that was supposed to be our cue to when we were living in the end times. The veil is thinning in the end days, and in these end days, these demonic entities are going to be gaining power, and they're going to be able to move around more freely. I use gray images because they are exactly the same thing as demons. This right here is on the right, drawing of a demon. Aleister Crowley channeled this demon on April 8th, 9th, and 10th in 1904. He spoke to this demon and he saw him, and then he drew him after. On the left is an quote-unquote alien. They call us angels and demons today, but tomorrow they will call us something else. This was something that... it's a quote. Oh, it's a quote from the demon that Aleister Crowley channeled. Anyway, so they are the same thing. This is here we have Aleister Crowley's demon, and we have our ancient alien's alien head overlap. They are absolutely one and the same. They are also the same entity as the entity that inhabits the artificial, quote, intelligent robots. These are all the same consciousness. I really wish people could come to the realization that these are all the same consciousness, but I think it's hard for people to see that. They want to trust that the robots are just computers, and that they're machines and they're mechanical, and we have complete control. I think we lost control a long time ago, and we just haven't noticed yet. And I think when they decide to send out a message worldwide, don't just think, because you've seen these things all your life that, and that they haven't hurt you yet, besides the cancer and the tumors and the mind control, of course, that they won't hurt you in the future, or that they're safe now, because they're not safe. They're a part of a much bigger neurological system that we've created, and they will help signal the locusts from the pit, literally. I just want to read this again. Then out of the smoke locusts came upon the earth, and to them was given power as the scorpions of the earth have power. They were commanded not to harm the grass of the earth, or any green thing, or any tree, but only those who do not have the seal of God on their foreheads. These are the bees to pollinate all of our vegetables. So, not harm any of the green things, but they could be out on a mission to be given an alternative order. I mean, honestly, why are we even building them like this? Is there any need to be building them in any other structure than the first one that I showed you? It seems like is this necessary? I mean, come on, look at this thing. Some of them look like they've been built with the kill humans order, built in. I'm not even understanding the design of some of them. And with one thought, one idea from one of these so-called artificial entities, a mass kill order could be sent out and executed, really quickly. Is all this spraying making us weaker and more tired? Is it causing these rashes? Is it maybe causing us to have weaker immune systems? Is this what's causing a lot of people to have breathing issues? And the aluminum that is known to cause dementia. So is this what's causing all the memory problems with people? Personally, I can't remember a thing anymore. I'm constantly in pain. My chest is constantly hurting me. And I've been diagnosed with peripheral autonomic neuropathy. We're living in the middle of a spiritual war, and the unveiling's taking place now. You have to open your eyes, and you have to see this. I write my bullet notes for these videos in this little book, and it has little excerpts on the bottoms of the pages. And on the bottom of the page, I found this, so I figured I'd add this in. I thought it fit well to my video. My health may fail, and my spirit may grow weak, but God remains the strength of my heart, and He is mine forever. It's amazing how God speaks to you sometimes. This was at the bottom of the page of the video that I'm making right now. So, God bless you all. I hope this video makes its way to California, and if it does, please leave me a comment and let me know if you've experienced any of these rashes or any of these other side effects, just being tired or memory loss, anything else. I'd really like to know. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I hope you have many great, wonderful days to come. Love those around you and stay safe.